chilling. Just finished breakfast. Wife at work, grinding hard as usual. Um, yeah, I copped a sweater yesterday. No fear. Looks pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let me tell you something. Like, I started buying Hellstar. It was this brand. You could call it like a biker brand, or I like somehow biking and like BMX biking gear and like fucking all those cool, not cool, but just yeah, caffeinated fishing. W in the fucking building. What up, everybody? How y'all living? But yeah, man. Yesterday went to took my wife to go see Wicked. Definitely not a guy movie, but you know you gotta do things for the ladies. So it was pretty cool. I like how. So long story short, my mother's one of her favorite movies is The Wizard of Oz, black and white or color version. Um, and the way they collaboed it in part two was pretty fucking dope. Like I dug it. It was a cool movie. I don't like movies that are sing-alongs, but I guess that's the new wave. Pretending these motherfuckers know how to sing. But it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I got the sweater. I got a pair of sneakers for Christmas, early Christmas gift. I don't got a lot of time, but I'll be here. I appreciate you always caffeinated, always dropping them likes, always dropping them thumbs up, always supporting me. You're a good dude, man. You know, life is short. Maybe one day, who knows? If you're in Cali, I'll see you physically in the physical sense. But if I never get to meet you, bro, you definitely cut from a cool fucking cloth. And if anybody says other, tell them to suck your... No, let me stop. But you cool people, you heard? Can't find motherfuckers like you know? It's like clockwork. Once I see caffeinated fishing, I'm like... My day is kind of like I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? And it's just you. Like, usually by now, actually 2 minutes, you know, it takes time for people to, you know, come in here. But whatever you got planned for your day, I hope everything goes successful. You and your family are blessed, you know what I'm saying? Offer my prayers to you guys. If anything financial is going on, get one of the money cats and allow good energy to be brought into you so you could, you know, financially be, you know, Gucci or whatever. A lot of people just think, yo, let me tell you the truth. When I was younger, I swear on everything I love, I used to manifest. Always. I used to be like, please manifest a fucking, I'm that big of big impact to you. Yeah, I appreciate you always, for real. I always wanted like a briefcase filled with money, right? Like, and mind you, all right, I remember finding like $1,000 check. I gave it to the dude. He dropped it. He was like, yo. Somebody told me he should have given me more, but he just gave me a $20 bill. I think the check was more, you know what I'm saying? But, and then another time, I'm fucked up over money bad, man. And I'm uptown in Dykeman Heights and it's pouring, raining. I'm with my boy BZ. We walking. There's a group of motherfuckers that hustle that, you know what I'm saying, stay away from them. So we walking, they leave. We walk back to go to the store. It's pouring, mind you. I see a stack like this. I run and grab it. Nigga, it was $600. I bought weed, gave BZ. Shit was crazy work, my nigga. I bought a TV with that money. I swear on everything. Shout out to go, but I'll be back. Yeah, caffeinated. Shout out to you. I appreciate your timing and your support. And I hope you have a blessed day, man. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate everybody that rocks with the kid. One, you have a great one. Hi, what's up, Viking Productions? So, that was that story. Then one of my illest stories is where we did the road trip. I did a road trip, right? It's me, Zeus, and Mark. Mind you, Mark had paper. Me, I bought enough to like, I didn't know, like we went for like a week. It ended up being like almost a month, nigga. We was on the road. Like we went to Tennessee, Chicago. We bounced everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So we coming around, we just went to Tennessee. We did Chicago. We did New Orleans. Now we're coming around. We're going to Miami, right? I'm fucked up. I got no bread. Like, you know, hotels, food, life. So I got like maybe 80, 100 in my pocket. We go into this bar. because Mark likes to drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a drinker. Mark and Zeus did. So we go into this bar. No lie, Mark comes up to me. He's like, yo, they're playing an illegal poker game in the back. Buy-ins is $80. Word the mother. Fast forward the story. Guess who won? 80 times. Let's say there was like, I want to say there was like almost 7 people. So I got like almost $700. You had to give some back to the house, and then I walked away like 5. Back up, nigga, from $80, nigga. I was like, So check this out. We playing poker. What's going on, Herbs? I appreciate you, Herbs. You too, caffeinated. Have a good one, man. Herbs, what's up, man? Welcome to the party. If you subscribe, I subscribe to you. That's how we rock out here. But yo, I'm at this poker game, and I'm playing with this dude. I'm playing with a bunch of motherfuckers. So Mark is the poker nigga. Texas Hold'em, by the way. Mark knows poker. Zeus knows poker. Mark gets knocked out. A bunch of other people get knocked out. And I'm playing like my stepfather. My stepdad told me, if you don't got nothing in your hand, get rid of it. Maybe you fish once in a while when you already put the big blind or little blind. If you're in, you're in. You know what I'm saying? Just play that hand. But if you see ace 4, don't even work the flop. And sometimes you hold that ace, you never know, you know what I'm saying? But no, actually ace 4 you hold. But I'm just saying, like, weird cards, you just fuck it, you know what I'm saying? So it's me and the boy from Chicago. Word the mother, the nigga goes, we playing? He goes fold. He says it quietly. They flip a card. It's the card he needs. Nah, I didn't call fold. His mans was like, yes, you did. They look at me. You want to win or you want to play another hand? I'm like, yo, let's play another hand. Pocket queens to me. Nigga had pocket jacks. Jack, queen, da-da-da-da. So he has 3 of a kind. I have 3 of a kind. I go all in, nigga. What's up? He goes all in. This is the last hand, ladies and gentlemen. Caught the W, y'all. Walked out of there with like, ra, la, ra. Shit was amazing, immaculate. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it was me always trying to manifest that fucking, you know, that briefcase filled with just hundreds. You know, you younger, everybody wants to find money. Who the fuck don't? That's why I love stories when niggas like buy a house and then they bang the wall and there's like money. Or niggas bought a furniture thing and then they check money. Motherfucker that bought BMF's limo, they money in bricks. Insanity, nigga. Another dude in I think it was Colombia, Cuba, wherever what's going on, Marantang? Where's Pablo Escobar from? Long story short, a farmer was just doing his thing. My man, Pablo, all over that island put money in buckets. So this old man finds just buckets filled with cash, nigga, American dollars. That's why America tries to change the way it looks, because a lot of folk hid money, bro, all over the world, nigga. So yeah, Colombia, thank you, Moritang. I appreciate you. Yeah, Colombia, yo. So there's a lot of cool fucking stories. You know, a lot of people do find money. I'm not saying you see somebody drop a 20 and then you take it. Nah, yo, fam, you dropped a 20. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if you walk in and there's nobody on the earth and you see a fucking $10 bill on the floor, pick this shit up, put it in your pocket, look around, and keep it moving. But where you from? What up, DG? Brooklyn, New York, USA, and now I'm in California, happily married to my wife, and I'm chilling right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 43. You can call me Uncle. Peep the drip, y'all. I had the rare 4s on, but look, what's that? Valabasi. Yo, look at even the drawers is motherfucking that's deodorant. Spider. I got my Spider joints. Yeah, man. And I bought this hoodie yesterday, so I got it big so my wife could wear it too. But yeah, we did a little early shopping. I don't believe in Black Friday. I think whatever you buying, you paying more than the, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to jerk motherfuckers. Y'all like the look? Cut my hair, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the chains out, ladies and gentlemen. Nice, New Jersey here. What up? And New Jersey in the fucking house was better. Cali or New York? New York, man. You know, Cali, let me tell you, Cali, you drive everywhere. when it comes to like mingling, like you, unless you go to a restaurant, other than that, a lot of people just go drive through and go to your work. So what happens is that's why California is big on affairs and a lot of like cheating, because I mean cheating is everywhere, but I think it's bigger here because like every time I'm driving, for instance, every time my wife's driving, guys are like, through the mirror doing like, and winking and doing all the, because their interaction ain't in the street, it's more in the whip. So a lot of, every time I pull up a girl, you know what I'm saying? And yo, females out here, they look straight at your Swanson Johnson package, and then they look at, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, I'm like, with my wife, I'm like, yo, aggressive nature out here, because the men out here they ain't like, New York. You know how the East Coast is, how we move, you know what I'm saying? We a little bit, not aggressive to be violent, but just like, hey, how you doing? You feel my energy? That's that BDE, you hurt? But yeah, man, I always go NY till I die. But I'm not gonna knock it. I'm out here. I'm trying to, I'm building my life out here with my wife. So I'm just, at my age, I knew like motherfuckers like to play with their life and age and shit. And yo, I got time. Nobody got time. The way time really be moving, and you know how procrastination and the way human nature is, like it is what it is. COVID fucked us up a little bit. Money issues are fucking us up mentally. Everything is an excuse. Yo, how come you don't? Oh, I got a mental illness. How come you don't? Me. Everybody's a crybaby. Everybody, women ain't jacking it. Real niggas ain't jacking it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say be a lumberyard and fucking chop trees, but I am saying, make your balls hang a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Time is priceless. DG 100. Time is like, and yo, you want to know like the fact that this world, so even take it from 1950 when we were still on black and white TVs to 2025 where niggas practically got flying automobiles almost. You know what I'm saying? We got Teslas. Like, it's just wildness how short of a period that much can happen. So just imagine, you know what I'm saying, in general. And remember, a lot of us didn't physically take care of ourselves. So you may think I got till 80. Nah, you got till 50, 60. So be careful, y'all. Be careful what you consume. Be careful how you consume it. Be careful if your living space is not fucking healthy. You know what I'm saying? Vacuum once in a while, clean. All that fiber, all that. And like, yo, what they say, a majority of humans got plastic in us because of, plastic is all in the air now. You know what I'm saying? So, people be dying with like, whatever percentage of plastic in them, in their organs, and their skin. I do this thing where like I go through my back and I just find these little like hard little like they're not pimples, but just like, what the fuck going on, man? Appreciate the thumbs up, all the support. But yeah, I took the wife to go see Wicked Part 2. Fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm 46, so I saw all the changes you saw in technology. I missed the old days. Yo, DG, ain't nothing wrong with them old days too, man. They try to fuck us over with the mind game. Like, make us think that, like, I don't know, I understand why people hate our era. We were the last era to have family, the last era to, you know what I'm saying, enjoy money. The dollar was the strongest. Like, you got to see family unite and be together. Now shit is just everybody for themselves. And I really don't like that mentality because it don't build. You can't build with when everybody by themselves. I'm 43, by the way. But you can't build like that. You know what I'm saying? And I see it. Like, everybody. Think about the landlords. Greedy. Raising the rent. Don't give a fuck who. They always thought that there was a surplus of people that always was going to rent. Yo, motherfuckers rather let their crib be empty than lower the price. That's how diabolical shit is. I'm not paying your mortgage, goofies. Let's all wake up. Motherfuckers rather sleep in their car than sleep in the crib. You heard? And if you think about it, like, you work maybe 10, 12 hours, like, you really was just using the crib for the refrigerator, warmth, sleep, and shit shower. Yo, DG, you too, man. Always have a blessed one, yo. Support me, and I promise I'ma, jump on your page too. But yo, thanks for popping in, dude. But yeah, I hate that it's like life is what you make it. Yo, sometimes there's obstacles that I swear, like, you know how I say, like, they be like, yo, just work with what you can control. You work with in your zone type shit, right? Motherfuckers, they be throwing so much shit at us that we can't control it no more. I can't control a motherfucker stack 10 bands and out of 10 bands ain't strong. You know what I'm saying? 10 bands, you spend, motherfuckers is spending $1 million in a day. That's when I knew money wasn't, when you could buy a car for 3 something, 400K, the crib is 6 something, just those 2 items, boom, million gone. In a blink of a fucking eye. And then you don't even own the land, so they want to hit you with property taxes. The bigger the property is, the more space and all that bullshit. Then they could refinance or reevaluate it. So 1 minute they said it was 650. Now because you added a deck, this shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Out the roof. So, I knew motherfuckers figured out a system. I knew numbers were very bad. Like numbers, like just numbers in general, family. And then the other okie doke was allowing motherfuckers to have things that they didn't have money for. Like if you don't have the money, you're not allowed to be pushing a fucking Cadillac truck. If you don't have the money, you're not allowed to live in a mansion for 2 months. None of that shit was a goal back then. Everything was cash. If you couldn't buy it, it is what it was. You saved your money so you could afford it. Remember, back then, cars, you needed to put a percentage of cash down before you left the lot. Now you leave the lot, your credit is doo-doo, all that, they know. And you thinking you coming off, yeah, nigga, I got the win. It's like, yo, you had it for a half a year, and they repoed it, and you paid cash, and your credit is floppity fluck. Get out of here. The game is, they fucked up the game horribly. And when you make the game, you know the board, you know the rules, you could, everything gets finessed the way you want it to get finessed. Ain't no coincidence the rich got richer and middle class got poor. There was no coincidence in that. First of all, it goes poor, middle class, rich, wealthy, fucking, the next, like, niggas just got it. Nope. They made it where poor got, somehow they built the thing underneath poor, which is fucking Silk Road. Then you got poor, which is all the middle class workers now. Then you got, I don't even think there's a middle class. And then you just got rich and wealthy and super, you know what I'm saying? But I always knew when I was younger, something about numbers, something about fucking numbers. I already knew words were powerful, spellbound. Your words initiate our subconscious, everything, collective thoughts, everything we're saying is happening because we're all thinking of it. Manifestation, I knew that shit was real. But I always thought the thing with numbers was big. Why the fuck they numbers? Everything, when I was younger, they used to have this, the debt. And it's just collecting numbers. One, at the time we was at billions and folk, we was like, billions, what the fuck we doing? Meanwhile, they sending 20 billion like nothing out of Ukraine. 50, 60, 70 billion bailing out certain countries because we have, we're in cahoots with them, let's just say. It's just foul how they doing us, bro. And then and the reason why the world is fluctuating, because look, my generation, my mother's generation, we all bit the bullet. And then the boomers got to live successful. So my mother's generation, a little bit after hers, and then mine, we were all paying for these boomers every year. So they could go on their yachts, golf, join those clubs. They retired at 50, 55. As soon as my mom hit 60, the shit went from 62 to 65 to 67. Who knows where the fuck is going after that? As soon as I get older, the shit keeps screeching too. As soon as my mom was stacking bread on her 401k and portfolios and various, entities, the collapse 08, 09, 2010 happened and the portfolio got hit. Because somehow corporates and corporations, they gave us the okie doke. Or you got a percentage in the corporation. Here, we're gonna tie your fucking 401k to the. So, if, not knowing, when things were good, yeah, your portfolio was looking Gucci. But when shit hit the fan, crash, and they don't give a fuck. They got their money in some offshore account. And how the fuck is that legal? How the fuck is movie shit legal? Tell me that. How the fuck is niggas... Yo, how the fuck was... When niggas was doing... Hi, what's up, user? When motherfuckers was doing the Bitcoin and all them Fugazi coin joints. How was that legal? Till today, niggas are doing... Yo, buy Bitcoin. Ooh, niggas said Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, by the way... I already have 30 million coins of that. There's only 40 million, but I got 35. So the little 5 that y'all niggas, not even, I got 20. I let everybody eat. But as soon as the shit got up, I shorted the whole fucking market. So when you were paying $20 for it or $5, now the shit is worth a penny. It's like, yo, how is this? And we was all calling it pyramid schemes. They had a word for it. Those stupid little programs that they would rent out the hotel space and shit like that. And then it's this guy like, yo, give me your money. I promise we're going to put it somewhere and it's going to bubble. Madoff. What happened to Madoff? If y'all too young to understand, look up the name Madoff. It was this gentleman who created a Ponzi scheme, which he was, Ponzi schemes work as long as you have consumers and customers buying into it. So the first group comes in, yo, give me 50,000 each, y'all. Give me 100 bands. Every year, I'm going to give you 5 bands. Then he gets a next group of fish. Yo, give me 200 bands, you know what I'm saying? So he pockets the 100 bands, gives them their little profit, boom, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? That's a Ponzi scheme, y'all. Bottom to the top, top to the bottom. Meaning you're perpetuating a system where in order for it to go, it needs a surplus of money. That's why Bitcoin and all these shits are fugazi. None of it makes any sense. So you're telling me there's a limited of Bitcoin that only a certain amount of people could purchase. And then when you purchase items, it's like a percentage of that coin, like of the Bitcoin, like make it make sense. So one day it was worth 20 grand. Now it's worth 50 grand. Like, and then people, yo, I remember when it first happened, some guy gave a delivery dude, pizza delivery guy, a tip. He was like, yo, you want it in cash or Bitcoin? Nigga said, yo, I take Bitcoin. I don't even know what the hell that is. Fast forward maybe 3 years, that coin was worth, the nigga bought a fucking Lamborghini with that. And that was a tip. So like, it's crucial that we figure out, first of all, it starts at education. There was a group of people who were able to finesse, gift of gab, know how to talk, throw elaborate words, so it seems like you're sophisticated with your intellectual, your conversational skills. So you're presenting somebody, and remember, when humans are in love with something or want to study something, we go in. So it becomes regurgitative, meaning we're able to reprocess the same information over and over. Just like when you talk to somebody that's so into Bigfoot, he knows a lot. Yo, Bigfoot, but they're knocking the trees, nigga regurgitating all that. But it seems like he's smart. He just knows that type of info. But then ask him, yo, how do you, what's the manifest destiny of, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it is what it is. So when you go to those groups and you got these speakers that are like, it seem like they're intelligent in that field, or they practice that field, meaning they practice how to speak in that field. So it sounds, like he knows what he's talking about. But remember, nobody gives tools to make money. That's a fallacious thing. Why do, like, if America's built on competitive nature, why the fuck you think rich folk are giving us the jewels? Stop it. Stop it. I already know what the fuck going on. Y'all You know what I'm saying? And it's just been back then. Information ruled all. As long as you knew, think about it when we were growing up. Nobody knew anything about stocks. Nobody knew anything about housing. Nobody knew anything about saving money, dividends, all these loophole things that eventually, if you were a lawyer, you might, like my dad being a lawyer, he was able to gain certain, loopholes, or he knew that the law was used for the rich. You know what I'm saying? The rich folk are able to buy land, put a tractor on it, and say it's a farm, and say that, and use it as a write-off. There's various ways the rich they pay less than some folk, middle class folk, that were clearing 250,000. Oh shit, 150K. Niggas gotta pay 60, 50 bands back. Meanwhile, the nigga that made 3.5 million, he paid $10 back. It's fucking wild, bro. They finessed us. And so back to what I was saying about my generation, my mom's, we all bit into the bullet of work. So we all knew, like, we gotta work, gotta pay the bills, and it is what it is. My son's generation still kind of bit into it, you know what I'm saying? But there was a generation that was like, they didn't bite it. So what I'm saying is, you need workers to continue the pendulum. Like, workers have to, that generation pays for that generation, so forth and so on. But because of the lack of population, and I don't mean population because there's a lot of motherfuckers, but the baby boom. Remember, they like, motherfuckers' relationships wasn't going, people weren't having kids, and if they were, it was out of wedlock, fucking child support, all that nonsense. So what happened was, you had a whole group of generation that was like, we're not working, there's no jobs. And what really it was a lot of folk got degrees, got these masters, doctorates, and they weren't going to lowball them. They weren't going to work a gig just to work a gig. So and then COVID fucked up the market too. It made a lot of folk that weren't rich think they were. Just a lot of weird shit happened, yo. And that's what I mean about the non-control factor. Like, there's things that in our life that we can't control now. Like, it's just, there was always somebody that helped you. Yo, your house is about to go through eviction. Call this let's get you on a payment. Like, there's no more of that. Motherfuckers is heartless, kicking out babies, kids. Nobody care no more. And it's all for the end goal is the money. So they made it hard on everybody. Everybody's tight. So now everybody looking at everybody like a dollar bill. And that shit, you ain't gonna meet friends that way. You ain't gonna be, and not even shout out, but to the people that could do that to others, that shit is wicked, bro. And random, go back to the movie I saw yesterday, Wicked. You saw how that shit lined up? Yeah, fucking finesse that bitch. And this shit is freestyle off the top of the dome. But yeah, yo, happy holidays. When it comes to Christmas, let's not OD, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, most of my gifts were pajama pants, and let's start with the Apple Watch, the tablet, the PS5. A kid don't need all of that. Half the time, if you see kids with toys, they play them shits for on to the next one. So be careful, y'all. And that's another thing. Parents became so soft, man. You allowing these kids, you allow them when they're a little baby to run, do whatever. Look, in my day, whatever the mom and papa made, that's what the fuck you ate. There was no, you know what I'm saying? Eat this, eat what you want. No, it's eat what if not, you didn't eat. But nowadays, they coddle the kids so much that and then I be telling them it starts young. So you be thinking, oh no, it's okay. First of all, the kid, I remember a priest saying, if I have your kid at the age of 5 or 6, I have him forever. And that was a prolific statement in my mind, because That just meant that at the young age of 1 to 4 to 5, you're a sponge. You're absorbing everything. Your belief system is like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You believe in fucking Santa. As much as you saw your pops climb through the door, or you know it's your uncle in the suit, you still was like Santa Claus. Yep, that gift came from Santa. The tooth fairy. Yep, I put my tooth under the pillow. It wasn't my mom's at night. It was the tooth fairy leaving me $5 or $1. So you're young, you're able to believe, you're so pure, and I love the innocence of it. But what happens is, if you allow that kid, he or she, to fucking, I see parents that are like, yeah, my boy wants to be a girl. What are you talking about? How is that even a conversation in the crib? What's going on with y'all? Not the kid. Like I say, I promise you, if half of the world gave birth and gave me your kid at the age of 0, that kid would be whatever the fuck I wanted to be. You understand me? Even if it's a Chinese, the kid's gonna be speaking English because what he's gonna be hearing is English. Spanish, like, just like folk that moved to the UK and then they're there for a year and they're like, hey, what's up? Hey, mate. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers with that accent come to America, yo, what up, son? How you doing? Everything good? You're like, what the fuck? So, the human mind is I wish schools did more schooling and more intention on the mind, the brain, how powerful we are, how much we can manifest and, collectively subconscious bring thoughts into reality, man. You know why half of us think that we went to sleep and we're in a different dimension? Because the world literally flipped. As much as we were saying, as soon as the Matrix movie came out, I swear to God, I blamed the Matrix. It had everybody thinking there was a different, and we really merged into that shit. It's fucking spooky. Look from 97 to 2004, look at the movies. Equilibrium. All these movies that were trying to get your mind state to think that there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody woke up one day, right was wrong, left was right, nobody, shit was Spookyville, bro. And then you as a man, you can't even be a man no more. They got masculinity, you gaslighting, you alpha, you, the fuck going on? I'm just a human, I'm just a man. I speak what you not gonna roll me, shorty. I don't care. Yo, shout out to the women, y'all goddesses. Y'all got the ill body, you know what I'm saying? But yo, stop it, 5. Stop it, 6. Like, I'm not jacking it. I'm not. I never was. I don't know if it's because I'm semi-cute or I know I got, like, I could bag, but I never jacked it. I never, like, nope. Stop that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gaslighting. I'm not extra. I'm just me. I'm just a male, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cut from the old school cloth, which has its benefits because I open doors. I make sure, I rub her feet. My lady is taken care of, bro. So I get my gig going and financially, hopefully this shit takes off. If not, I'll get a gig. But I'm old school cloth. Take care, protect, you know what I'm saying? I don't play no games either. I'm not go to sleep angry type shit. Nope. All up on her. Every day, you got like being passionate with your lady, showing connection, listening to her, conversations, all that shit go a long way, man. And there was a mix-up in the 90s and 2000 that was like, A, if you had money, you were too cool to do all that, and B, like they implemented simping. Meaning, like, first we used to call it tricking. Like, yo, you tricking on shorty? Yo, what are you doing, family? Like, you're not even hitting it and you giving her bread. You paying her bills. So women they talk. Yo, you know what? You could get money off of men and not even, and that's what happened. But what also happened was it flipped on them. Meaning, like, men were like, fine, we okay with not getting buns. I'm gonna go to work. I'ma play my video games or do whatever my dream is, and I'll jerk it off. Like I don't care. And I always used to say this. I was like, I felt like there were certain dates or certain relationships that I felt like I was babysitting. Like, I don't like to be like that. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I shouldn't have to tell you to pick up your drawers, do the dishes, clean that. You just spill something, wipe the joint. Like, women are like, and I know they do it on purpose just to get the guy angry, but because I'm so low frequency, I don't, the most I do is I get, I get a little zay. It is what it is. But I don't argue. I be like, all right, ma, you playing your games, cool. All right, another game, all right. Checkmate, all right. You win. I always tell them, you win. You got it. Because I don't like the games. They got too good at the games. Shorty will sleep in the bed right next to you and don't touch you, don't initiate nothing. And you thinking it's you. You like, what's going on? And then you play the game hard to get, and then you wake up angrier. Like, what's going on here? Then it gets, so we gotta stop the games, y'all. First of all, if he or she ain't the one, just go. Let me go or let her go. You know what I'm saying? They're using each other for whatever benefits or whatever. That gotta stop, man. You either gotta be in love or don't. And if you just want to smash, then do that. But congratulations, the diseases that are going around here. Gotcha. Got him. That's why I hardly even use public bathrooms. Don't touch nowhere. You don't know who hot. Yo, if statistics are right and the numbers is up, out of every three motherfuckers, one person got something. Yo, I'm done. I'm not playing this game no more. That's why I'm happily married. I'm not playing around. These motherfuckers is just, and now they mad. Oh, I got AIDS. What the fuck you thought was gonna happen? Sleeping with 6 dudes. What you thought was gonna happen? Smashing 2 girls a day. Like, yo, we gotta be wise up here. Remember bacteria, juices. Like, what's going on with the? And once again, it starts from education. Everybody want to play around, playing in school. Everybody want to look cool. Motherfuckers is dressing so, but nobody got upstairs. I don't care if you got Balenciaga. Are you smart? And now you see the statistics. Motherfuckers can't read. Niggas can't write, obviously, because, everything is. So penmanship, script is not even a curriculum no more. Like, they doing them dirty and they doing themselves dirty too. It's like a collabo effort. See, us, they were doing us dirty, but we knew not to fall into the okie doke. Like, I still think education is education though, even though I was a class clown and maybe like a little gangster, but I knew like, let me do. Now, I bet money the numbers of people dropping out of school is crazy work. GEDs is crazy work. In fact, motherfuckers do more time in jail than they did in school. That's crazy. And then they want to get they books in jail. Then they want to come out. Yeah, I did college. Yo, you could have did this shit free, homie. I'm telling you, the block, the street, it wasn't a myth. It was an okie doke. The back doory. Call it a trapo. Trap? Get it? Trap. The whole shit was a trap. Motherfuckers ain't get it. And I'm trying to tell people, stop with the shiny shit. Stop trying to impress motherfuckers that don't give a shit about you. Like, everybody's trying to impress. Everybody's trying to watch somebody else's life. Do you? Your life is ticking. Next thing you know, you fucking 20, 30 years old and you got nothing to show for it. And now you extra angry. Now you want to crash out extra. It's like, yo, nobody fought but your own, goofy-o. I'm trying to tell them. Random. Trying to learn ya. I'm trying to give you gems. I'm trying to help motherfuckers from falling into the trap. The trap that I fell into with the hip hop game and thinking I was a street motherfucker and hanging and fighting every day. Thought that shit was the ill shit. Bucking guns, stabbing, getting stabbed, shot at. What? So wait, I did all that shit and I got there's no 401k. There's no company called the street.org organization. I lost folk to bullets. I lost folk to disease. I lost folk to drowning. Yo, as soon as I graduated, 2 of my friends drowned. Jose, first of all, yo, trick bag. There was a guy named Jose Santiago. He died in Puerto Rico. I'm outside and I bump into this girl named Melissa. She goes, yo, Jose, I thought you died. I thought I saw a ghost right now. I was like, why? She was like, Jose fell off a horse in Puerto Rico. That's what happened. He fell off a horse and died. So like, yo, life, like my man just said, time is priceless. Life is priceless, man. Out of a snap of a fucking finger, you out of here. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. And it's flipped. It's like everybody playing with guns and, yo, I killed son, but it resonates. You killed son. Like he gone. This ain't Grand Theft Auto, to be continued. This ain't when you die, y'all all see each other. They gotta stop these games they pumping y'all. You only got one chance at this. We are energy. Whatever happens to our energy when we die, it is what it is. If it goes back to the stars, but it's not a to be continued. Okay? I think a lot of people know how to lie well. A lot of people are like, I don't like humans, man. I don't like humans a lot. The tendencies of lying, excuses, never taking accountability. We all jacking off each other. Like, it needs to stop. Because we're not progressing as folk. Technology is progressing more than humanity. What the fuck that about? AI love each other more than human. What? There's more homeless than ever. Meanwhile, you got motherfuckers that got houses empty. Mansions empty. They got mansions that are empty that go to wait like you know, like, yo, all those cribs, yo, if you could clean it up and pay for your own electricity, yo, but you rather let this shit go to waste? And think about it, when homes go to waste, you gotta you know, the roofing, so letting a home get decrepit instead of allowing somebody to live in it is super foul. There's more homes that are empty than they are homeless. Shit don't make sense. It's not. I'm not jacking it no more. You got me addicted to cigarettes. Then I come to Cali, the menthol. The fuck going on here? You guys did this. In the 80s and 90s, you had fake little cigarette candies. Y'all niggas had the DARE program and always throwing drugs in our fucking ears. We ain't want to know about that. We were thinking about Ninja Turtles. But I had to go to a school that was like, DARE, drugs, the fuck? I'm 7 years old. I don't give a fuck about drugs now. And when I do give a fuck about drugs, or you counselors don't give a fuck, all you got is a detox or go to jail. Fuck off, government. Y'all niggas gotta stop. And y'all did this. And then you talking about giving 2 bands to everybody. What's 2 bands, man? If y'all know money, 2 bands ain't nothing. Yo, the ultimate rich, them niggas pay 2 bands for gasoline in their yachts. Get out of here. 50,000 gasoline on their jets. Upholsteries, all that, everything. Yeah. They doing us super greasy. I never liked it. And I always used to voice my opinion to my peoples and my friends. Yo, what's going on here? But I always worked though. I always knew that trick bag. Always keep active because, yo, when you at the crib and you wake up and you see somebody go to work and then you still at the crib and then they come home from work, all those hours, even if you gained, there's nothing accomplished. You feel that like, yo, what am I doing? But it's also like the next day goes by, so it's like you could get comfortable and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful, everybody. This world's a motherfucking trick bag. So check this. In my generation, race was becoming a little bit corny, meaning like I had classrooms where Asian, all right, check out my friends. My friends were Arabic, Philippine, Black, Spanish, like a plethora, white boys, Italian, Irish, or like regular white. So in our generation, we were almost over the race thing. We were all just, interracial couples was banging. They had movies, Jungle Fever, all this shit was popping. As soon as that was like no longer like something either they could monetize off of or perpetuate to make it like it's wrong, they had to jump on something else to divide us, and that was religion. And once they took religion out for real, like in 2010, 2011, where atheists were like all over, and it was cool to say God, and motherfucking South Park got Jesus in it, like that's when I knew, like when you start playing with religion, everything is gone. America has no culture. Think about how we refer to culture in America. Our music, our movies, our dancing. That's culture. If you go to another country, their culture is how they eat, how a village takes care of the kids, how, you know what I'm saying, they abide by old rules. Church is very huge in their life. You come to America, you get tainted. You got to worry about your kid playing around with Transformers, for real. But like I said, I appreciate everybody rocking. Thanks for showing love, support. I could go on all day with this topic. Yeah, man, we just gotta like use this. If this is not being used, it's useless. It's like you gotta use it. You gotta know common sense, what's right and what's wrong. If you see an old lady with bags and she's like, the right thing to do is help her. I don't care who she is, what race, if she likes Democrat, all that shit. That is too much to separate us now. Back then, I always tell people, back then all we had was race and maybe football teams. You like the Mets? Get out of here. Even TV shows, everybody watched the same joints. Seinfeld, Friends, everybody would. And if you didn't rock the same show, it was okay. Now, you don't like a certain show, niggas gotta make a Twitter page about it, and it's just insanity, y'all. You got AI, they're using AI for weirdness. Kobe doing like, we gotta do better, everybody. And I don't know how to structure or start the first step. I could talk my talk. I need more community. I need more of y'all to follow. Thumbs up. Appreciate my words. Understand this is coming from here, not here. My filter is here. I'm thinking about all of us as a whole. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to. At 43, that's the thing. When you older, and now you trying to get to the bag, you taking resources for the young folk. You should have either tried to get to the bag already, or it's not my fault you fucked off your 20s and 30s, y'all. And yes, I did. Look, accountability. I step in the mirror too. I should have, saved more instead of got into the sneaker head joint. Constantly buying the next technology, meaning like consoles. Always, thinking that was the up, or just having an apartment and thinking that's the furthest I should go. Like, we stump ourselves. We do it to our goddamn selves too. You know what I'm saying? This is the best. And then getting comfortable with the least is the scariest thing you could do. Is waking up with 30 motherfuckers in the crib and you like, yes, this is cool. No. We gotta aim for higher. And that always, it's a process. It's a hard process. It requires hard work, dedication. A lot of people don't like doing that. Damn, I broke my cigarette thing. You know, a lot of folk don't like to, work or, get it, or, nobody likes to do it for each other too now. We in that weird time. Selfishness is at its all-time high right now. The coolest trick bag was when they were trying to, they fucked with the EBT, and it made, some women got back with their exes. A lot of relationships was like, yo, we need each other. Because the truth is, you need two against this whole shit. This ain't back in the days where it was just one, your dad's income, and you need two motherfuckers working this shit. And two folk that are on the same page, they on the same team, they not trying to jack each other. When they talking to other people about them, their name is being held like in high rise. Motherfuckers be talking shit on their roommates and shit, or people that help them. That's corny as fuck. What up, Papa? Just be careful out there. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay to you, make sure your shit is paid, your bills is, like, I'm not saying worry and, help out, but help accordingly. Help, those that want to help themselves too. Like, you can't, like, New York always taught me ain't no handouts. And those that did try to get a handout usually got fucked in the system. And that's why I knew voting for Trump and doing all that hoopla. Mind you, look, 4 years I did the voting shit, because just for that one day they gave you a nice little bag. So I'm doing the voting shit. Even though Biden won that year, a lot of motherfuckers was coming in talking that Trump talk. And remember, when Trump lost, niggas ran through the January 6th. So, like I said, like, just be careful, be wary. This shit is what it is. Motherfuckers are goofy. Be careful those that just meet you want to be like, just everybody got their own little interest. It's super foul, but it is what it is. Just stay guarded. If you're in a state that you could have a pistola, make sure you got two of them bad boys. One under the couch and one next to your bed. And just be careful. I know, like, hard times is here. You could just see the world not collapsing. I think that's another thing. We keep wishing on, and mind you, the movies, Mad Max, all these movies perpetuated a apocalyptic era, and I feel like we're a dystopia, and we're actually manifesting this shit real time from everything we're doing, man. And I don't like it. We got to do better, get better. I'm not saying love and, kumbaya, but, the people that are in your life, and you're able to share with them and give, love and shit, do that. Motherfuckers we ain't gonna be here forever. And it's funny, because people that lost people, let me tell you this little trick bag before I leave. Yo, people that lost people, right, didn't even know their worth until they were gone, and now the motherfuckers are mad. Like, mad. Like, people are like, yo, where's grandmoms and shit? Yo, when grandmoms was here, you wasn't going to her crib, only when there was food around or some shit. Now these people are gone, motherfuckers want to be all in their feelings. It's like, we need to care for folk when they alive, not when they gone, man. If motherfuckers told, like, yo, look, y'all want to know why I seriously don't drink alcohol no more? Because the decision making limits you. And if you want to do numbers and put like a percentage on it, whatever percentage it is, it's fucking stronger than it is you being on your tippies. And don't add lean. Lean got these niggas sleeping in their car, getting shot the fuck up. And a lot of times it's the lean that makes them survive. Nigga be like, yo, I got shot 4 times and I live. Yeah, because the lean slowed your shit down. See, alcohol makes you bleed fast. So a lot of these folk are drinking and they getting shot. They bleeding like to death. Literally. Yo, my prayers go up, man. I didn't even know this man, yo. Let me just tell you, when they did Pop Smoke and King Von, look, I cried for Tupac, I cried for Biggie, I'ma be honest. But when they took those boys, little fucking boys that finally were at this plateau in their careers where they were eating well and their family was being taken care of a little bit better, they get taken out. So let's do Pop Smoke. He goes to California, and instead of doing a hotel that has security, proper engagement, you use a car to get to my floor. He does an Airbnb. In the shower, motherfuckers come, try to jack his shit. He fights off and gets killed. Instead of just letting them take it. But in the rap career, if you know how that go, your career ends. So either way, you lose. But they did Pop Smoke like that. And then the motherfucker that did it is like out now. It's like, yo, they not showing us, there's no repercussions for doing bad no more. Niggas are getting slapped in their hand. Yo, motherfuckers are getting caught with guns in Chicago and they just letting them go. Yo, you wanna know why? Information, and it's funny how this information goes across, but no other information pops off. The information about when you're young, you don't really do a hard time. So you got these young motherfuckers, 13, 14, killers, bodies, hats. These motherfuckers are murdering and they are getting sent for 6 months, a year, and then they home. What the fuck going on? There's no repercussions. There's no, you do this, pow pow. Everybody just running freely, wilding out, and the guns is everywhere. Motherfuckers can make guns now in their crib with plastic, and if you got a printing machine, yo, this world is diabolical. And I really feel like it's a setup, it's a back door. Because if they gave us the free will and they saw what we did with it, we ran a fucking muck. This is like Sodom and Gomorrah. Niggas are fucking murdering, pillaging, all type of craziness. Nobody could just be fucking normal anymore. Just sit in your goddamn office, do your hours, and then go home. But no, you gotta cheat and be fucking flirting with everybody at your office. Then driving home, you flirting. The fuck is going on with people? Why can't you just keep your coochie, your legs closed, dick in your pants, and maintain you? If you single, fine. But if you're in a relationship, either break it off or, yo, stop hurting folks. Stop. This shit is getting diabolical from all aspects. And then the kids see this shit. They see moms with 5 different motherfuckers a year in the crib. So they don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody's doing the right thing. Everybody has this self tendency, me. And then I love when folk get older, it's like, yo, now we gotta do. Nah, man. We don't gotta call peace now. Now that you older and got the bag and you feel, nah, man. You should have been telling folk that when you was young. Because the right thing to do is follow and remember, peer pressure. When you in school, everybody running in the same circles or running in the circles, and God forbid you in that circle that's doing wild shit, it's over. You don't want to be called a pussy, so you gotta, ride and shit. But yo, shout out to everybody. I appreciate your love, your time, the thumbs up, all that cool shit. Just make sure you do the right thing. If you're not, you won't see how your life turn out. I'm not saying karma. I'm not wishing bad on nobody. I'm just saying it is what the fuck it is. Randoms, $8. I love everybody. If you love me, peace. Have a good one.